I don't even know where to begin with this video. One Piece just crossed 1,000 episodes this past weekend. The anime did. 1,000 chapters a while ago for the manga, but just this weekend was 1,000 episodes for the anime. And that's just a monumental feat that, whether you watch the show or not, really needs to be recognized. I don't see how it shouldn't be. And it's crazy also to say that One Piece is the longest I have ever put into an anime. That is for sure. I have favorites of mine of all time, Code Geass, Bleach, etc. But I haven't put as much time into them as One Piece. And I am very proud to say that I have seen every episode. Now, what I will say is if you have not watched One Piece, I will link to a video in the cards above. Stay away from it, because you will not leave. You will be in there and you will be gone. You will be a part of this highest selling shonen manga that for, I think, like the past decade at least. One Piece has been the highest sold manga from Shonen Jump, or just manga period, for over a decade. And it is now the anime past 1,000 episodes. So how did this happen? And why did this happen? And how is One Piece still going today? And is it just dragging? That's another thing I kind of want to address here. Is One Piece just dragging? I mentioned this to somebody last night, and they mentioned, like, congratulations on not making your show end. That's true. That's a very harsh way of saying it. But the crazy part about One Piece is that it is this adventure that somehow Oda, the mangaka, the author of One Piece, somehow Oda makes it never feel like anything is irrelevant. Sure, in the anime especially, every now and then there is a filler that's clearly not relevant, and they're just stalling for time as the manga, builds up chapters. And the anime definitely, puts in its fluff every now and then. The original Dragon Ball Z treatment, I like to say. Like, Dragon Ball Z put in a lot of fluff in its anime, and then they came out with Kai, and it was nothing but straight up what the manga was. But still, every story beat that happens in One Piece, it's crazy how Oda makes it all important. Something that you thought was completely irrelevant in like the first 100 episodes, turns out it is super important when you get to episode 576 or something. That's what Oda does. He's somehow crafted this world that just keeps going because of the wildest imagination I have ever seen. I recognize Hideo Kojima in the world of games. When I played through Metal Gear Solid, I was like, there's no way he thought that all this would connect. That's insane. He is actually an alien from another world making this entire franchise connect as well as it does. Oda is that for anime. Oda is that for anime, but over 1,000 chapters and 1,000 episodes of anime. It's crazy what Oda has done in One Piece. But why? Why do we keep watching it? So that's just the answer to that question. Like, congratulations not letting it end. Like assuming the show might be dragging, or it's just kind of stretching its longevity because it's making money. Somehow, that's probably true. Like, Oda wrote this story with a beginning and end in mind for sure. But this journey that he's made, I don't know how. I don't know how he keeps thinking of it and making folks like Tetsuya Nomura, for, again, another game reference for Kingdom Hearts, he's pulling crap out of his butt trying to connect things in Kingdom Hearts. Oda just freaking knows. He knows everything in this world and somehow has the imagination to think of it all. And I don't understand how that's humanly possible, but it does. It is all relevant, and it's not just dragging. And in fact, it keeps escalating with entertainment somehow. That's the wild part. I hate it when shows just keep going and they just don't have an end. That's one of the reasons Breaking Bad is like one of my all-time favorite narrative dramas. It is the most favorite, actually, because it does have a clear end. Right away, you see the clear end, and it's going to be approaching, and it doesn't drag. But I fell out of Walking Dead, even though I loved Walking Dead the first few seasons. I fell out of it because I just felt like this is just going to keep going and going and going with no ending in sight. But One Piece, You know what the end is. You know what the end game is. And this journey is just so damn entertaining to get to that end game. But why? Why is it entertaining? The world is so imaginative with all the abilities with Luffy being gum and stretching and stuff. But there's so many different abilities in this world that just is so crazy and creative sometimes, and especially how one could use that ability. So there's the shonen combat part. Then there's the imaginative world that every island. I just finished this game, It Takes Two. It's super entertaining throughout because every level is super different. That's how I feel about One Piece. One Piece, every single island is so different of an arc with certain politics, with certain themes that they're doing, new characters, and not only that, a very different theme. And that could be between like a ghostly Halloween style thing, or it could be a toy town full of talking toys, or it could be a snowy place that people are being experimented on. It's something different every goddamn time, and every time it's just entertaining because Oda not only is super imaginative, but he has super likable characters. The reason I've stuck with this show for so long is all the reasons I said before, while having super great characters. I tell people all the time, as long as there is a story that has characters I'm interested enough in, I can put up with an okay plot. I don't want it to be a bad plot, but I could put up with an okay, sometimes bad plot and other things. I could put up with it as long as I like the characters. This is one of those things where it's like, I love the characters and I love the world around them. And therefore, it is just the ultimate package. Because at its core of One Piece, you have to have people that you are wanting to follow for 1,000 episodes, and that's Luffy. If somebody asked me, what is your favorite anime character of all time? I don't know if I would say Luffy, but he's gonna be coming to mind. He's always gonna come to mind, not just because of how long I've spent with him, but there's a reason I've wanted to follow him on his journey to becoming the Pirate King. And that's because he just breaks a lot of stereotypical stuff. Yes, he's the dunce main shonen boy, but he just does crap that inspires a lot of folks to just do it. When you hesitate to ask out that girl, Luffy's gonna do it. When you hesitate to grab that food because you can't afford it, Luffy's gonna do it. When you hesitate to tackle any problem that you hesitate to do, Luffy's gonna do it. And he's going to straight up bash some skulls in that well deserve it to make it happen. And that's, I think, the thing about Luffy that's been so interesting to follow. It's like, what kind of trouble is Luffy going to get into next while also kind of being that inspirational main character? Luffy always gets into trouble, and that's how he built up his reputation. In this world, you build up your reputation with, like, you know, you have a bounty on your head if you're a pirate. You know, Luffy starts off as a nobody, but now he's like super duper up at the top. Like, he's seriously one of the top figures in the world now. Not like top, but, you know, he's way high up there. And he got there because of all these reckless decisions that he did, but at least he made those decisions and stuck to them and didn't really hesitate most of the time. And that's just one of the factors about Luffy that's so great. But then you have him surrounded by his crew that he keeps getting over these arcs. And everybody on his crew is so damn lovable. There's some that are like, oh, I don't like Sanji. I don't care, man. Sanji's been my favorite one of my favorites since day one. And then if you never got to the whole cake arc where you learn his actual backstory, bro, reconsider Sanji, because he has some seriously crazy backstory that, once again, Oda is like, you thought that wasn't relevant, but guess where we are 700 episodes later. Every character in Straw Hats is amazing. Almost every arc in One Piece is amazing. And it's wild to think that I have watched this show for 1,000 episodes, and it is still not only as entertaining as when it started, but even more so. but I just feel like everybody needs to recognize and just share or whatever the feat that Toei Animation has done to adapt Oda's work with some great ass music, by the way, super fantastic music, phenomenal animation sometimes that straight up rivals movie quality, and then Oda himself with some just the most imaginative writing I've ever seen in my entire life. And this has been going on for over 1,000 manga chapters and now 1,000 anime episodes. One Piece isn't my favorite anime of all time, nor I don't think it's my most respected, but it's one that I just hold like has to be the greatest shonen I have ever seen. Has to be the greatest shonen I have ever seen. This has been Westside Otaku, and I want to know, what are your thoughts on One Piece? What are you afraid about approaching it? Are you scared to be sucked into the hole? I understand. But I would love to talk about One Piece in the comments, whether you've seen the show or not. How far did you get? Did you drop it? Are you current? What's your favorite OP? Let me know. No EDs in this show either. That's another wild thing. Well, very few EDs. They kind of got rid of them after a few episodes. Anyways, want to talk about this with you. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Westside Otaku, Tony. Don't forget to be geek, proud, awesome.